Welcome back, everyone, to the Oakland Softball Notebook. My name is Neil Rule, the voice of the Golden Grizzlies, and right now we're talking to the head coach, Lauren Karn. And Lauren, it's been a minute since you and I have had a discussion. That means that softball finally, through all this, is getting ready to go. You guys will be headed down to Tennessee, big tournament that you guys will have to get things started, and you guys are jumping right into the fire, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We can't wait. Honestly, this bus trip is probably going to be a fun one while we're masked up and not sitting as we usually do or not partnering up. I think everybody's still really looking forward to it and excited to just get outside, get on the dirt, and play someone other than ourselves.
Yeah, certainly. And Lauren, as I look at this roster that you have set up, and I guess it would be a good stock market analogy in that I think you guys have a green arrow next to your name. I mean, I think that this Oakland softball team right now is a heavy buy. And when I say that, I base it off of a couple of factors. There's a couple of fundamentals at play. The youth that you have on your roster, but not just that, the youth that contributes, and not just that, the youth that is a cornerstone of what you guys do right now. This program right now is a buy, Lauren.
Yes, I would agree with that. I'm really happy with the way that our lineup's shaping up, the way that we look defensively. Our pitching staff is looking great. I think it's a combination of doing a lot more training than we normally would, but also training them in a way to like compete with each other. So honestly, every day in this last month, I would say they came to practice and made each other better on both sides of the ball, which is something that we haven't necessarily done in the past to this extent, but it's allowing all of us to grow, and it's getting even our upperclassmen better than what they were prior to this.
When you look at your lineup, especially at the top, I think you have a rare commodity in that you have such power at the top of that lineup, especially for a mid-major team. And look, Lauren, the game is changing. You and I have had this discussion, since you came to Oakland. The game certainly is changing. Power is emphasized maybe more than it ever has been, and certainly you guys are set up very well in the circle. But at the top of that lineup in particular, I mean, you have a lot of players that can put the ball in the neighbor's yard.
Yes, we do, and we are hopeful that they will do that. And if not, they will give us some gap shots. But the top of our lineup is going to be more of our heavy hitters. And we're going to look for the bottom of our lineup to turn our lineup over, and not in a way that I think is typical of a lot of lineups. It's not that the bottom of our lineup we don't want to see as much as we do the top. It's that we want the top of our lineup to be extremely challenging to pitch to. And then when you get to the bottom of the lineup, if you underestimate the bottom of our lineup, you're going to find yourself in trouble because the top's going to come up with some runners on base.
Yeah, and that certainly is the scenario that you're hoping for too, as well. The back end of that lineup, if they set up the top, where the thumpers are,
Yep.
Certainly you guys will cause a lot of problems. As we look at your schedule, I mentioned the tournament down at Lipscomb. It'll be a quick turn for you guys, though. Once you guys wrap that up, you jump right in to Horizon League play, a 40-game Horizon League schedule. You have to be durable too, won't you?
We will definitely have to be durable. And really, we are very grateful that we even have the opportunity to compete non-conference and kind of work out some kinks before we get to conference play. And that's something that the department has allowed us to do. And I think it will benefit us in the long run, but we do have to stay durable through the season. 4 games in 2 days throughout the rest of the season. And when we're playing conference opponents, it's definitely going to be challenging. Staying healthy, making sure that everybody is as fresh as possible. And then luckily for us, we have a deep pitching staff. So having the ability to throw some different arms at our opponents instead of relying on just 1 or 2 pitchers to go 4 games, I think that's going to be in our favor this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And a big part of that's nutrition. And Lauren, I have to ask you have the snack lineup. I see the stockpile of snacks starting to assemble in your office there. Peanut butter and jelly is my go-to. I know it's a lot of people's go-to. It's a staple, right? You have to have the peanut butter and jelly.
Yes, it is. It is. And it's something quick and easy in between games. We obviously feed them pre-game and post-game meals. But as far as their snacks are concerned, we try to get them as much protein and carbs as possible with a little bit of fresh fruit mixed in there.
Well, I certainly do appreciate the time. You know that we'll catch up again as the season rolls on. And remember, you can catch some of the games on ESPN Plus as well. Lauren Karn, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Neil.